So as birth rates continue to decline in America, the White House is looking into offering $5,000 cash bonuses, expanded access to IVF, along with other incentives for women to have more babies.
Why?
And, okay. I am incredibly insulted by this because clearly they don't know how women's bodies work and they don't know what it costs to raise a child or just have a child. And $5,000? I don't know what $5,000 is supposed to do. And it's not even $5,000 because you have to cut it in half because you got to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
So they're offering you $2,500 to have a baby. Now, don't forget about all the stuff they've cut.
Yeah. Right, we have a list of that.
Yes, you have a list.
Yep.
So I'm supposed to say to you all, and are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What do you think of this proposal? Does it address the reasons why perhaps people aren't having children these days? But aren't you excited about it?
Well, I'm not going to turn down a $5,000 check, but I think there are. I
think you will.
Well,
$2,500, babe.
But you had three. You're going to have more.
You're missing my point. That's the line. Thank you, comedians, for ruining that. But what I was going to say is it's like putting a Band-Aid on a deeper problem. We don't have paid family leave in this country. We don't have subsidized childcare. We have the highest maternal mortality rate, and the next it's 55% higher than the second place. That's a lot for one of the wealthiest country in the world. That's a problem. That's where we could work on some of these programs and that $5,000. So when you look at cesarean section,
$2,500, babe.
Okay, it's even worse than that.
It depends on your tax bracket.
It depends on your tax, but adding like essential supplies on top of your medical costs, whether you're covered for insurance or not, you're looking at about $16,000 in the first year, and that's a conservative estimate. So it's just not touching the surface on this. But I'm one of those people that I feel that the Earth is overpopulated. So when it comes to...
Then why do they want us to have more babies?
Well, they want more babies because it affects not only the workforce, but paying into entitlement
the
programs.
Social safety
but
net.
What I would say is this is a short... They're missing the greater point. AI is going to be a problem for our entitlement programs way before the birth rate.
What entitlement programs?
So
Like the social safety
security.
net.
If you have less people working in the workforce, you have less people paying into a system that eventually has to pay out. It's going to bankrupt the social services. The problem here is AI is going to defeat that way before our birth rates are. So they're missing something greater. They have to rework our social system.
Well, they need to tax billionaires for one thing.
That would help.
And corporations.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have some more money to spend.
Donald Trump has actually floated taxing billionaires.
He floated?
He suggested it.
People that make more than $1 million a year as well, he wants to tax.
I actually generally support this policy, and that may surprise you guys. The number one concern I hear from young people is that they want to have kids, but they don't think they can afford it. And we could argue over whether it's enough money or not, the $5,000. But both Italy and France do this. You get a one-time payment when you have a child, and what it could go toward... It
ain't $5,000, though.
Well, it could go toward the out-of-pocket costs for delivering a child, which ranges between about $1,500 and $3,000. If you put it in a 529 savings account when that child is born, by the time they're 18, you'll have twice that. You'll have about $10,000 based on current market conditions. We also have policies like this in place. We have the child tax credit, which gives you a tax credit back for the number of children you have, and the earned income tax credit. Because of this idea that our social safety net, so Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, rely on the younger population keeping up with the older population so they can pay into it. But here's my caveat. This would need to apply to gay couples, not just to women who have children, and to adoptive parents, not just people who have children naturally. And finally, they said that they're going to look into ways to lower the cost of IVF. I'm going to need to see it to believe it, but it is too expensive. So many women deal with infertility, and they do need to find a way to lower the cost.
I want to reframe the issue a little bit, because when I look at something like this, these proposals, I want to know why, and I want to know who's making them. And so when I looked into that, they're saying that the U.S. birth rate is declining. However, in 2024, there was a 1% increase in U.S. births. But that increase was with Hispanic mothers and Asian mothers. So they don't seem to be concerned about that increase. They seem to be more concerned about a decrease in other populations.
Say it.
No, I think I said enough.
It's not based on that.
And so, well, it's just
White
based
children.
it's
I'll
just
say
based
it.
They
on
want
a
more people
study.
to pay into.
And so the other thing
But have
I
they
will
said that anywhere? I mean, I feel like you have to be
it's
fair.
it's just a,
Fair to who?
it's just a. it's
Have they
just a
said that this
study.
is to target only white families?
Oh, I didn't say that.
You
I
have to
just
read
gave the
between the
stats.
lines.
I just gave the
They're not gonna
stats.
Yeah, but
say
it's
it.
about economics. They're wanting people to pay in.
I'm just giving facts. And so also, when I think about who's advocating, Project 2025, remember that? Which was tied to the Heritage Foundation, the think tank, the think tank that led Project 2025. They open up the Project 2025 before anything else, talking about family issues. The first chapter promises to restore the family as the centerpiece of American life, and the Heritage Foundation in particular has been researching this issue for over 2 years and is preparing to release a report in the coming weeks on how it believes the administration should counter declining birth rates. So I just leave that with all of you.
There are global
because I
declining
think,
birth rates,
Yeah,
though.
but I think when we're talking about the United States, we need to think about who's proposing it and why.
They want
Well,
future consumers.
I will say this. I paid in my money. I want my money back from Social Security. I'm sorry. It is not anybody else's responsibility but mine to make sure that I keep my payments up. That's the first thing. But let me talk about some of the things that the administration has slashed, which is why I am so not only insulted by that amount of money, because $5,000, yes, it sounds like a lot of money, but if you can't pay your rent, if you can't pay for your after-school programs for your kids, if you said to me,
But isn't something better than nothing, I guess?
No, not in this case.
I feel like if
No.
Biden proposed this, we would all be saying it's groundbreaking and a good idea.
No, I'm sorry. I don't like the idea that somebody is saying, I'm going to pay you to have more kids. I know we're not allowed to bring up the other times people suggested that, but I will tell you, this is not the first time
It feels a
in the
little
country.
Handmaid's Tale.
But let me just tell you this. $1 billion in funding for schools and food banks to buy food was cut.
Yep.
Withdrew funding for investigating child sexual abuse and internet crimes against children. Cut. Fired the entire staff running a program to help low-income households pay their heating and cooling bills.
Right.
Now, these families already exist.
Head Start.
Head Start, they haven't touched it yet, but they're threatening it. My point is, it seems to me that everything this administration seems to be doing is telling people not to have children. Why not make sure that kids that we already have a shot at good schooling? Why not? If you want us to, you know what I mean? I know it's time to go, but if you want people to have children, you have to not scare them by cutting all these programs that they may need.
Yeah.
These are not black or white or Hispanic these are human children. Yeah. These are human children. And I am insulted by that amount because you can't even go to the hospital for $5,000, for goodness sakes.